Okay, so I've finished this side now on my last section, and again I'm just going to go through it and repeat that on the other side, maintaining the same level of elevation and the same degree of tension. Just making sure that I get Vicky to pull against me and that I mark the skin with my fingers so I know that I'm in the right place. And it's just a case of repetition from here. Okay, so I've finished both sides now. Dropping my graduation onto this side, leveling off here. What I want to do now is just go through it. Just take this right up and over and just point out. Again, just softening that line ever so slightly. Same through the back area. I don't want to lose this point of weight that I have here, but I just want to soften it slightly. Back through to this side. What I want to do now is dry this and go back through and just refine it anywhere that I have to before I start to drop the top section and carry on. So I've used the graduation just to create that roundness in the haircut, increase the volume. The line's strong, but there's still a softness to it and that slight asymmetry. What I want to do now is just define this graduation slightly before I start to drop the top onto it. And I'm going to just use my thinners. Just put your head right over, just to go through and soften these ends. And again, this will just give the haircut a little bit more of a kind of fluid feel. And just help the hair to bevel nicely. Now I'm ready to drop and start to work on my top section. Again, I'm going to dry this first. Okay, ready to work on the last section of the hair, and what I want to do is to over-direct everything to one side, to the shorter side, and then over-direct everything back over onto the longer side, so I'm keeping that kind of teardrop and everything's working, but the haircut will still be able to be worn from one side to the other. Then I'm going to just scoop out some from the top onto that length at the front. So just working diagonal sections. Pulling back. And just pointing this off. And that gradation through that's just helping that to kind of wrap over. Again, just pulling right back, making sure I can see my previous line and just pointing that off. Taking everything from that side over now onto this one. Again, just pull against me. And just pointing any excess off. I'm ready to move on to this side. And again, repeat diagonal section, pulling right back, and then just pointing off. Just making sure that that gradation will allow this hair to travel as well. And again, just making sure that Vicky pulls against me so that I'm getting maximum tension on this. And that's as much as I can take over. So I'm happy with that. I want to go through it and just refine it that little bit more. I'm going to do that by just over-directing the top now. And just from about halfway down the hair, I want to go in and just open this up. Just carving out, going in about every ½ centimetre, and just pushing my blades through to the top, just to give me that little bit more separation in that. Over directing. Just making sure I'm over directing that back onto that first section.